That's so brilliant! This video is sponsored by Case Filters. My friends, a very good morning. I mentioned that in my last newsletter that we didn't have all too much of precipitation over last winter, and also April didn't offer as many sun hours than usually, and all that is the reason why we have a little bit of a delay in spring. And my original plan was to grab my van, make a road trip, and I did this really, but my plan was to meet spring out there. And it didn't really happen, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to complain. I got really fantastic photographs. I'm really happy about that. But I was missing all the vibrant lush greens out there. And meanwhile, I'm back. I have a garage appointment for my van. I get an upgrade. I will tell you more about that as soon as it is finished. And yeah, I'm now back in my local area. It doesn't look all too bad. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there where we have lush greens up on the trees. I'm not prepared. Usually it's a good idea to do a little bit of location scouting already end of March, beginning of April and so. And I didn't do that this year. But anyway, I don't want to complain. I'm really excited about an enjoyable and a fantastic morning of landscape photography out here. That is quite interesting. I will show you a photograph right now, which I took already, I think 2 years or 3 years ago in autumn. And yeah, I really like this photograph, and I think I often mention that this photograph is all about colors. It does just work in autumn. And I'm here at the same spot right now. Let me show you. This is how it looks in spring before there are leaves on the trees up there. So there's nothing. There's really nothing. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I was just interested. I didn't want to take a photograph right here. It was just interesting how it looks. Yeah, I would say, yeah, let's go on. Let's look for some compositions, or at least for one, with a little bit of foliage up there. I have still troubles with my knee, so I can't knee down. It's much better to use the viewfinder when you look into your camera to find the composition. So, but it's also possible when you have a good display on the Sony A7R4. It's really good, so it works really. And I found now a composition I'm really happy about. And you know, whenever I look for a composition, what I do is I look for contrast. Photography is all about contrast, actually. You know, the difference between bright and dark, the difference between colors, color contrast, and so on. But a really good contrast is what I call story contrast. And when we look here, we have this amazing tree here. We have these lush greens up here, what I'm really happy about when you watch my last video. And yeah, at the left-hand side, we don't have all the many leaves on there. It's quite bleak, and so we have these lines here with all these empty branches, and we have these lush greens here at the right-hand side. And what I also really like is we have these lines here, these logs, this old dead wood. Let's go over here. What leads nicely into the frame, but we have also here and also there, and we have the tree here. And at the left-hand side, let's have a look here. We also have a line up here, and everything leads to the center, to our tree. Also, the branch at the right top corner leads a little bit down. So it's really fantastic. I really like that. I use a so-called polarizer. That's really important. I mentioned that already in my last video. I had to bring all the greens out, and the greens are really an important character in these compositions. That's really important. And yeah, it's so still. We don't have any wind here. It's nothing, no breath, no nothing. It's really the leaves are quite still, so I can go down with the ISO a little bit. I have to increase it a tiny bit. I don't want to go for multiple seconds or so, but yeah, I think something like 1/4 of a second. I will take different exposures and look what works. Maybe even 1/2 of a second or so. We will see, and I would say, let's make the click. Oh man, it's so fantastic here. Feels a bit like walking through the jewelry of Mother Nature. It's really, really amazing. Blown away by all these greens, and this is exactly what I was waiting for already for the last weeks. Oh man. What I like so much of this place is that we have fantastic woodland here. We can do woodland photography, and beside that we have also a lake here and mountains. We can also do vista photography, and yeah, in this case what I got attracted by was this tree back there, this yeah, yellowish tree back there. It looks a little bit more like an autumn scene or so, and I think it's yeah, it's a little bit blooming already or so, something like that. And before I had heard quite a rush because I saw that rolled a little bit of mist in over the mountain. I was not quick enough, I didn't get the shot. I tried for something, I wasn't quick enough. But anyway, I think the tree itself, with the darker backdrop, with the reflection and so on, with the trees, and they also used this fantastic reflection line as a leading line to the tree. It looks really, really fantastic, and I really like this as a spring-autumn combination, something like that. Not sure. Yeah, it's really nice. I also like that it leans a little bit to the left, so it's really, I like it. I've put my long lens on, same as before, so-called polarizer. And by the way, what I really like is at Case Filters is, you know, my usual lenses have a diameter of 82 millimeters. So I have my adapter ring always on. I just have to clip the filter on and off. But on this lens, I have a 77 millimeters diameter. It's my 70 to 200 millimeters lens, and I have an adapter ring. And this adapter ring, guess what? It's also magnetic. Just have to put it up here. That's really, really cool. So I would say, let's make the click. This is heaven. Really, this is heaven. Oh man, it's so fantastic. And the best thing of all is there's no human soul here. I'm the only one. I have nature for me alone. What a fantastic place. It's really, really amazing. I found on more composition, and a difficult thing in woodland photography is actually I see lots of compositions there and where, but in so many cases it's so difficult to get to a place with your camera, to frame it up, to be able to get it, because I saw a rough composition behind these trees here when I walked this path here, this trail here, but these trees here were in front and all these smaller trees here, and I went around and I find here this composition, and it really works, and I really, really like it. It is such a fantastic rhythm. We have all these curves, and what I also like in spring is the trees seem to have a kind of dress or so, a kind of a ring in the middle or something like that. I'm not sure. I can't explain it. It's I got attracted by that all the time, there and where. And yeah, I like really this curve here, and really how this band of greens goes through this image. I also used the dead wood to lead to my tree, and it also anchors the image a little bit. This looks really, really fantastic. Again, I use a circular polarizer. That's so important in woodland, especially also in spring. Yeah, we want to bring out all the greens because they tell the story of spring actually. It's fantastic. And yeah, it's a quite tricky composition, I have to say. There's quite a lot going on, but anyway, I think because of these lush greens, it can work. Also, the meadow is green a little bit, but anyway, I think we get this contrast. So I would say, let's make the click. Such an enjoyable morning of woodland photography out here. And friends, I hope you also enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up. Don't forget to tune in next week. There will come a fantastic video as well. I picked out this video for you to watch next. And I thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.